Throughout history, humankind has had a rather rough relationship with the environment. But since the advent of the Industrial Revolution, our activities towards development have dramatically increased the emission of greenhouse gases to the atmosphere, and with that, human-made climate change, an existential threat to all life on the planet. To address the problem we created, the United Nations member states started organizing in 1995 the UN Climate Change Conferences. They are commonly known as the Conference of the Parties, or COPs. Most certainly the COPs didn't come to happen from one day to the other. Back in 1972, the Stockholm Conference was the first major environmental conference which brought the environmental dilemma to the forefront of the policy agenda. Governments from then on realized they had the responsibility to combat climate change. But it took those same governments 20 more years before establishing a framework for international environmental cooperation. In 1992, the Rio Summit, also known as the Earth Summit, became the starting point for the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, and therefore the COPs. The first COP was held in 1995 in Berlin. It produced the Berlin Mandate that allowed countries to make indefinite environmental commitments tailored to their needs. Along with the COP2, held in Geneva in 1996, the Berlin COP paved the way for the first legally binding climate agreement to be officially adopted, the Kyoto Protocol. Created in the COP3, the protocol committed the industrialized countries to reduce from 2008 to 2012 their greenhouse gas emissions by 5%. Spoiler alert, it didn't work as planned. What was the loophole? Developed countries started moving their factories to the developing world, where this restriction didn't occur, and there, greenhouse gas emissions continued to rise. While the Kyoto Protocol was an important climate treaty, it was far from perfect. The COPs that followed the Kyoto Conference of the Parties tried to finalize and improve the details of the Kyoto Protocol, but little progress was made. That is, until 2007, when the COP13 held in Bali took place and produced the Bali Action Plan. It took the Kyoto Protocol a step further, specifying new commitments distributed in 5 categories: shared vision, mitigation, adaptation, technology, and financing. Real systemic changes, nevertheless, were still to be seen.